We're continuing topic 2.4, and we're going to be looking at example 4. So example 4, 5, and 6 are all very good examples of how questions like this would be asked on the actual AP test in the multiple choice section especially. So the graph of the function of f given below consists of 3 line segments. We are supposed to find f prime of 4. That's just a fancy way of saying find the slope at x equals 4. So I have the graph of f. That's very important that we make sure we understand what our original is, which means I need to calculate the slope at 4, which would be about right there. I could do the slope triangles, but it's probably more accurate in this case to just do the slope formula. So I'm going to find the slope, or which is really f prime of 4. So I'm going to subtract my y values, 13 minus 1, over my x values, which is 6 minus 0. So 13 minus 1 is 12 over 6, which is 2. All right, looking at example 5. The function f is defined on the closed interval, negative 2 to 16. The graph of the derivative, so this is not, you got to be very careful. This is the graph of the derivative, not the original, is given below. The point is on the graph of f. So on the original graph of f, we have this point. We have to write an equation of a tangent line. So there's 2 things that we need for an equation of a tangent line. We need a point and we need a slope. So my point is this. My slope, I'm going to read off the slope. This is the graph of the slope. So the graph of the slope says that my y value there is 3. So my slope equals 3. All right, so y minus my y value, which is negative 2, equals the slope 3 times x minus the x value, which is 14. And we should hopefully find one that looks just like that. And finally, we have example 6. So they gave us this crazy line, 2x plus 3y equals k. That k really scares us, but it's actually not ends up not being a big deal. We know that that line is tangent to the function where x equals 5. The value of the limit, so the limit of that function, basically what is the slope of that function at 5? Well, I am going to figure out the slope of that line. So I'm going to start by taking and solving for y. So I'm going to keep the 3y. I'm subtracting the 2x from both sides. So I get negative 2x plus k. And then I'm going to divide by 3. So y equals negative 2/3 x plus k over 3. Doesn't this look like mx plus b? Doesn't matter that there's a k there, right? It has to be. This has to then, in fact, be the slope. So I'm going to take this limit as x approaches 5 of, actually, I don't even need to do that. This is just asking about the slope, isn't it? Didn't I just calculate the slope right here? So my answer to this has to be the slope, which is negative 2/3.